Gobble, gobble. It's turkey
Gobble,
week.
Gobble. Cranberry sauce and mac and cheese.
Ooh. Episode 4, Soccerholics with João and Rob. Welcome
back, everybody.
Welcome
back.
Before everybody gets stuffed with turkey, at least on the in the America side, yeah, I know no one else gives a crap about the turkey and the stuffings, but
not.
we do. You know, it's funny because we were talking about it. You know, my daughter's like, I help you enjoy, celebrating the suffering of the, and I'm like, I never once. I feel like my entire life, because it's always about family.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I know in school they would teach you the Pilgrims and the Indians, they sat down in peace and they ate a meal together. Like obviously that's bullshit, but I never went into Thanksgiving with my Pilgrim cap and what I mean. It's about family.
It's always about family, food, and football. Those are the things. That's what it's always been about. Yeah, in our case, it's a different type of football now, but yeah, it's always been those three things. So.
That's true.
Yeah. Are you meeting with family or anything? Or?
Yeah, I got. We're gonna do. My mom always hosts, which she's she's sort of like like we're professional podcasters. She's like a professional chef. Like she's so she's a fantastic cook. And she loves to. Well, she said she loves to, but then she gets a little stressed out, And so what I do is she loves it. She loves hosting, and she makes like about 100 million dishes. This year, over the years, we've kind of added friends to it, so they bring their own things. So, and as she's getting older, I'm trying to get some of the dishes down, so it's not so stressful for her. But I go up actually early, so I'm gonna go up either late tonight or tomorrow morning. Work. Out of the, we're still working on Wednesday out of her house, and I'm going to help her. I'm going to be her sous chef and errand boy all through Wednesday for stuff. That way, Thursday's a little easier when everybody comes over. So I know
that's legit.
I'm a sweet son.
We might have to mark this explicit. I think you've already cursed once, so I think I'm good to curse now.
Bullshit is not a curse, is it? I thought there was some words you could say.
Maybe we'll test it out. Yeah. But so there's only four of us in our house. With my son, he went off to college and he's in the States, and then our daughter lives in Stuttgart, and she's not going to come up. She has to work. Germans don't get today off. So instead of making a turkey, we're going to make a turkey breast like we did last year, or as I like to say, turkey titties.
That's the name of the episode.
Of course. So my wife has to work. She works at a German school. So I'll make the turkey breast and then, the other stuff so she can come home from work and then the food will be done. Usually when I was a kid, we used to eat really, really early, like at probably 1 o'clock. And then you'd eat again at 4:35.
I heard about it. Yeah. My wife grew up, they eat at least as early as 3 or 4 in the afternoon or something like that. We do it late. We're eating dinner. I base the turkey all day long, every 30 minutes.
You see, I do it every 45. 45 for me, yeah.
And usually we kind of start late. There's all these fixings to do. So I want to say we probably don't even sit down to eat till around 7 p.m. Or it's starting to get a little on the late side. Yeah, so you guys, that's great that you guys still celebrate it in Germany.
Oh, absolutely. So my wife is half American. Her dad's an American. Mom is German. So I think she celebrated Thanksgiving her entire life, I think. And then, obviously with me, because I've known nothing else. I don't know any other holidays or anything like that. So, but for the Christmas part, we do kind of do more of the European. We open up gifts on the 24th, and then the 25th is just kind of play with your stuff. Day. Nobody's doing anything. So, it's a lot of turkey talk. Right there.
Well, and also there's one thing I got to make sure because I have during my sous chefing, I got to tell this to my mom today so she's prepared. But I do got Liverpool tomorrow in Champions League. What are they playing again? Against PSV, 12 p.m. PST. So I will be either taking a pause from the choppins or I'll be choppins and watching the game. So
So for us,
if you're listening, Mom, I'm going to be watching that game.
Stuttgart is playing on Thursday night in the Europa League, so we'll be attempting to stay awake because Turkey's got that tryptophan, which puts everybody to sleep. So we'll be trying to stay awake. But my wife has to work on Friday. I don't. I'm off tomorrow. I'm off Thursday, obviously. I took Friday off. So
America, baby, America.
Oh, yeah, gotta do it. And whatever leftovers we have on Friday, because we don't typically prepare too much. Plus, on Friday we're going to Stuttgart for the weekend, so all that food needs to be gone on Friday. So eat all them turkey titties and all that other stuff.
I'm telling you. Am I allowed to make that the episode title? I don't know.
I think so.
I think it has to be.
I think it does too. And as long as you label it explicit, I think we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay. Maybe
I'll tell my mom not to listen to this one.
Watch out for that one, Mom. And also, I got to make sure it's not in the car with my family. It shows you like the title and everything. So they'll be like, "What the hell?" Oh man. So there was. So Rob, I got my Liverpool. I was hoping this would help if I wear my little Liverpool hat. I got my folks at home can't see because they're listening, but I got my Liverpool coffee mug.
Absolutely.
And I'm even starting to hold on to my Liverpool.
Oh wow! Okay.
So I got a buddy in Cairo actually that I met through my company, and one day they sent this through to me, and it's like one of my prized possessions. It's a little dusty, but it's you can't see, but it's like made of wood. It's like somebody like carved this. It's like you can't find this here. You cannot find it. This is like off the street. Somebody made this. I absolutely love it so much, and I have it up on the shelf.
Take care of that thing. Yeah,
I know. So now I'm gonna just kind of like have it with me in every game. I'm just gonna hug Mo.
What you need to do, I'm sure, as a baseball fan, you've seen Major League, so you might need to make a little shrine, get him a little thing of rum, get a little snake thing.
I might have to start doing that. Oh man, I do that, by the way. I mentioned on another pod for the World Cup. I got my little Brazil shrine thing going. The fake candles, but but I got the team. I'll have to do a new squad, but I print out the squad and I put them in a frame and I pray every So, but the reason I'm bringing all this stuff up because I say we pop into the footy, and I'd like to start with Liverpool versus West Ham United.
No, I thought it was Nottingham Forest.
Oh yeah, Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, Rob. It doesn't matter. And I like to play back. Hold on. Folks at home, okay, and this is episode 4 and episode 3. Listen to what Rob said. What he thought was going to happen in the game. Listen to this.
It's one thing to lose against Man City in Manchester. It's another thing they're probably going to destroy Nottingham. They're playing in Liverpool. They're probably going to. It's probably. I'm predicting right now. I'm going to say 4-1 for Liverpool. I'm going to say 4-1 for Liverpool. I mean, coming off international break, I think that's what's going to happen.
So were you right, Rob? Were you right?
I was not. I was 100% wrong, actually. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what happened in that game. Liverpool. I don't know. I have no words. I have no words for it. It's unacceptable for one. Nottingham Forest, not to offend any of the listeners, but they are a lesser team. They never should have been in that game like that. I don't know what the deal is. Over here, Wirtz is still getting beat up relentlessly in the German media because he's not, what was it, 140 million euro or something? He just hasn't been living up to that. Has he even scored a goal yet?
He has not.
Liverpool?
Everybody Wirtz. Yeah, I mean, it's yeah.
For the national team, he plays well. He hasn't scored the last 2 matches, but still he plays so well, but then he puts on the red and I don't know what the deal is. I have no idea.
It's a mess. It's a mess, and I just don't know. I don't know what's going on. But you have I think it's just one of those cases where you have players with individual skill, right? Yeah. High level individual skill who are just not meshing and playing together. You got again, you got a brand new team, top players, and they're just. It's just a scratch. Just they don't look good. I mean, they're not if you look at it again last season or even earlier this season, but last season, they just mesh, and from the passing to they were walking goals into the ball right into the goal kind of stuff, and now it's just if you watch that game, it's not just the 3 goals that West Ham, or I keep saying it's West Ham, but Nottingham Forest had scored fine, but I don't think there was one moment where Liverpool even looked like they were going to possibly score. Like it didn't, you know what I mean? Like, forget about conceding goals. I mean, yes, that sucks, but goals wins games. Goals wins games. Goals wins games. And I don't think there was a moment where they looked like they might even score. I mean, that's not Liverpool. Like, Liverpool has always had some iffy situations in the back, with defense. But this is they're not even looking like a team that could even be at all clinical and strike the fear in the hearts of other. They look like a scramble.
People aren't scared to play there. It seems like I'm looking at this. They had 74% possession. How does that work? I don't get that. And then I'm looking at the app that I use. They rate the players on a scale of 1 to 10, and only 2 players were above 7, and 7 is usually like the average. Soboslai and Van Dijk were both 7.2. Everybody else is below 7. Oof. No, sorry, Gakpo was a 7, but Salah was a 6.6. Isak was a 5.5. Why did they spend all this money on him?
Yeah,
what is going on? And it looks like Wirtz he didn't even start. So
he didn't even get rated. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what's going on. I don't know if Slot knows what to do. I remember there was this one season with Klopp. Remember? Obviously there was that City-Liverpool rivalry, and then Klopp losing by 1 point to City, at the end of the league and stuff, and then but there was one season they I want to say that they made Europa. They got they made 7th, and I just remember Klopp in one of the conferences, just saying I don't know, I have no idea. I have no idea. I can't. What's the matter? I can't do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I wonder if Slot is feeling that way now. I just don't. I don't know. These players are great. Possible. I don't know what to do.
I think sometimes it just takes time to gel. Remember during the summer when everyone was saying that all the teams like Chelsea, Man City, Real Madrid, they were going to have a hard time transitioning into their league season because they were playing the entire summer because the tournament was a month long. Liverpool wasn't even in that, but they're kind of playing like they were. I think I'm still going to say it. This is episode 4. I'm going to say it again. I still believe that Liverpool. The moment is going to happen. The moment's going to happen.
I kind of wish you wouldn't talk like that. Especially with the predictions, and then now you're saying we're going to win the league, and now we're not going to win the league.
Listen, it just takes a little turnaround. They're sitting at 18 points. I mean, they got 6 wins, 6 losses. Anything can happen. One win, and that puts them into 4th place. One win based on the current table. One win.
Yeah.
So anything can happen. And Arsenal, Man City, maybe Chelsea, they're going to hit that point in the season where they're going to start stumbling. It's going to happen.
That's true.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, we should not be walking around going, this team's going to win or this team's not going to win. And you're right. If you look at it so early that, with Liverpool, I think they're in the 12th spot. And I think they're only 4 points behind Man City, who's in the 2nd spot, right? So
third, Man City's in 3rd, yeah.
And 3rd spot, okay. And then you got, but Arsenal, I'm again. I don't think we should ever say in whatever week we're in now. What week are we in? I don't even know.
So match day 13 is
match day. Okay, so we're so early in, but Arsenal they're looking good. This could be Arteta's year. Good. This could actually be Arteta's year. You think they're having a hot run and then they're just gonna fizzle out? And
it always happens. I mean, weren't they here 2 seasons ago? Not last year, because I think Liverpool was doing pretty consistent last year, but 2 seasons ago, when everyone's like, "Oh, this is the year they're going to win it," and then what did they finish in, 2nd or 3rd?
Yeah, they had a bad streak towards the end of the season. I remember that.
Yeah, and then remember, December is a rough month in the Premier League because they're going to play on the 26th. I have to look at the schedule, but they're going to play 2 games in 3 days, like they always do. Players are going to get hurt. It's going to be cold, and then keep in mind, I mean, Salah is going to leave too, but the Africa Cup of Nations is going to start in January, and that's going to affect a lot of teams. So I'm still going to hold on to it. I won't say it again out loud. But Arsenal's not going to win it. I don't think Man City is. Chelsea, they're world champions or whatever, but I don't think they're going to do it either. So it's still pretty wide open. I mean, you got 4 teams sitting at 18 points, and it's some big names. You got Tottenham, Man U, Everton, and Liverpool. Yep. I mean, they're all going to finish in the top. I'm going to say top 7 easily. Those 4 teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they would, but I don't see. I mean, again, it's early, but I don't see the Reds coming back and taking it. But we'll see. It's early. I mean, again, like we'd have to go on our winning streak and stay winning the rest of the league, which we all, between the cities, Arsenal and Liverpool, we do that. But Arsenal would have to really have a serious downfall. Like they would have to. I mean, they're 10 points ahead. Like they would have to lose at least four matches for us to catch up, right? If I'm doing the math right.
Which they probably will.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at they're not really going to be affected by the Africa Cup of Nations. It doesn't they don't have a single player from an African nation.
Wow. Those racist bastards.
They seriously don't have a single one. But I still think that it's gonna be rough going. December, like I said, December is tough. And still, I'm assuming they're still in the FA Cup. They're probably still in what's the other one? The Carabao Cup.
Yep.
They're still playing in Europe, and you got the league. That's a lot. That's gonna take a toll on them.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. It's rare, but maybe I'm wrong. I guess we'll see what happens. But
I hope you're right. We'll see. But I do like when you and I were looking at you were watching Stuttgart. I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right at some point. And I was watching Liverpool, obviously, but we encouraged each other. Right? Oh no, don't worry, they're gonna come back. You guys did come back, though. We did. It was a rough game. It sounds like a very exciting game, though. Way more exciting than my game.
Yeah, there was a BS penalty given in the beginning of that game. Yeah. We always say that the refs have it in for Stuttgart, especially when we're playing the 2 top best teams in Germany. Even though I wouldn't say Dortmund's one of the best teams in Germany, they haven't beat us since 2022. I'm just saying, it's 2025 right now. You know what I mean? So, so we gave up that penalty. I was ready after the second goal to shut it down. I was drinking a 10% beer. I was like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this. And you were like, you know what? You got to have faith.
Other Stuttgart fans, Ted Lasso believe, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that VfL believe. I showed you that sticker.
Yeah.
I stole that from somebody, but still, hey, I made a sticker out of it. Someone else just drew that up, and I just sent it into a sticker. But it was an amazing game. We were playing in Dortmund, the yellow wall, which it sounds intimidating to Stuttgart. It means absolutely nothing because, again, we haven't lost to them since 2022. But the man of the hour, or the man of the 90 minutes, I should say, Dennis Undav. Now, Dennis Undav has only been with Stuttgart for, I think this is his 3rd season. He's a German guy, plays for the German national team. He's of Turkish descent. But he came from the Premier League. He was actually at Brighton and Hove Albion. And we got him on loan for a season. He didn't want to go back to England, probably because the food's terrible. And he stayed with Stuttgart. Yeah. He was our top guy. We got Garassi, blah, blah, blah. This guy had a hat trick. Now, everybody that's listening to this right now, if you're driving, don't. But once you get to a safe location, look at that. I think it's a first Undav goal. It is literally a standing bicycle kick. It's one of the best goals that I've ever seen a Stuttgart player make. On the road, I'll say, never at home, but on the road. It was amazing. I couldn't believe that he scored it. My kids were looking at me like, what the hell just happened? Blew my mind.
That's
now,
amazing.
The fact that he scored the other 2 goals is impressive too, especially the one that was in 90+1. But it was just a great game. Getting 1 point against Dortmund is much better than losing, obviously. I did not want Dortmund to like blow us out. I definitely think we were going to get a point out of it. I think I said last week we were going to lose 2-1. But in all of my kick tips or, prediction games or whatever, I said 2-2. I had that for a while. I'll take 3-3. I'll take a point on the road. We dropped from 4th to 5th, but it's better than dropping, down to 9th.
Well, it's also an amazing game. I mean, you went into it was 2-0, right? I mean, they came back. They came back with a 3-3. I would say that's a good result in the end. So
oh, absolutely.
I say take it.
And like Dortmund, I would say that they are a solid team. They're not the second best team in Germany. They're not.
Yeah.
I don't know who is. I know they're not. Right now, RB Leipzig is sitting in second. Stuttgart, we're right behind Dortmund. We both got 22 points. They just have us on goal differential. We got +5. They got +9. So we'll see how the reverse fixture goes. I'm expecting for us to beat them again, and then I'll be able to say that they haven't beat us since 2022 for another season, unless we end up facing them in the Pokal or something like that later on in the year. But it was a happy weekend in the Holloway household.
Yeah,
I can tell you. We
no, absolutely. Excited. Yeah. And that's exciting. I mean, that's exciting to come back. Come back in a game. Those are the best games. Those are absolutely the best games. Yeah. Sneak in another goal for a win, and then your mind explodes.
Oh man, I couldn't imagine. I wouldn't be able to imagine that at all.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Score another one. So, yeah.
And then there was also an exciting. I thought it was an exciting game. Man U versus Everton. And the only reason I'm bringing it up because it got a little hairy. It got just a little hairy. Everton on Everton violence.
Yeah, I was about to say it got hairy, but not the way that you would think that it would.
Yeah. So there was and I'm a terrible podcaster because I don't have any of the I don't have the players' names. I don't know if you have those in front of you at all. If you're better than me, Rob, but there was a moment in there was a chance. Oh yeah, so basically it was Manchester United was going in and they were attacking, and I think one of the players, and this player is the one who got irate, had passed the ball, and the other player didn't go for the ball, and he let it pass me. It looked lazy, and it passed him, and Man U recovered the ball, and they got a shot off, and they could have scored. And he was so irate about that. So I think it went in for a goal kick. So at that point, he just ran up to that player. And they just had a screaming match, and at some point it got physical, and he slaps him in the face,
which is just crazy. How do you? It's one thing to yell. We've all seen the defenders do that on our teams. I'm sure you've seen Van Dijk digging into players. I know Jeff Chabot on Stuttgart has done it. Dan Axel Zagadou, but you've never seen somebody put hands on someone unless they're like pulling them or pushing them to to do something. Never a slap. Like, that is crazy. I mean, I could probably count on one hand how many times I've seen players on the same team like go after each other to where somebody literally has to physically separate them. That's crazy to me.
I've never seen that.
That is insane.
I've never, out of all my years of watching footy, I've seen arguments. I've seen a little bit of and then the team play the other team members, whatever, would stop things. But I've never seen it get physical like that, where there's a clear slap to the face. But it was more of a it was a push. It's like one of those somebody pushes and the other one kind of throws their arm because it's like a push kind of situation. Like, I personally didn't think, okay, that's red card material. Like I know it's a red card offense for what is it, like striking another player that's when you're not going for the ball, that sort of thing. But I mean, it didn't look. It didn't. I don't think it was. I personally don't think he should have been thrown off. But at the same time, how if they were that pissed off at each other, maybe they wouldn't have won the game. But what was interesting about the game too is that happened. It was Gaye, by the way. It was Gaye. He got a red card. This was at the 13th minute into the game. So it's very early on. So then Everton's playing with 10 men. Everton, kind of mid-table, but they've I would say over the years, they've been improving. I think as far as anyway. But you didn't expect for them with being down 10 men this early in the game that they would walk off with the 3 points. When did they score? 29 minutes in the first half still. Yeah, Drewsbury Hall with a beautiful, it was kind of like one of those, you're watching the game, you don't, it's kind of like in the background, you're not really anticipating a goal, and then it just happened. It's just like a goal out of nowhere, and he hits that little, it's one of those sweet little, kind of corner pocket kind of goals, and then, and then from there, Man U could not, they couldn't pull it off. They couldn't make it happen.
They tried, though. They had 70% possession, 25 shots, 6 on target.
Woo.
And they still couldn't do it. Now, no one can see this at home. I'm going to show this again. This is one of my favorite things. The momentum chart. The red is Manchester United, and it is pretty ridiculous. Look at that.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
so Rob's showing a chart with the possession, and it's just the red. The red is off the charts, insane. If you will. Yeah.
It's insane. And, I mean, it's Man U. I mean, the other team fights each other, gets a red card, and still beats Man U.
And still beats them.
That says a lot. That team is terrible.
Gaia can still sleep that night. I think if they went out like 7-0, I think he would have been a tough night for him.
Yeah, that would have been rough. I'm interested to see what's going to happen though with that. I don't know if there's been any talk of any disciplinary stuff within the team.
Yeah. I don't know how David Moyes is going to handle that one.
Hate to see it.
Yeah. It does happen. It does happen.
Yeah, if anything, there should be some disciplinary action against Man U. I mean, for not being able to at least score a goal and get a point out of that.
Yeah, hammering out. Yeah. Remember that joke? This joke where he pulls off the mask and it's actually Eric Ten Hag underneath. Oh, man. And then before we take a break, you want to talk about Chelsea versus Arsenal. That's Oh wait, is that the coming up matches? Am I looking at this right?
Oh, no. You're talking about the notes that I put up? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. No worries. That should be a solid match.
Yeah.
You got 1 and 2 in the league on the table. I'm not sure what time this game is on. Hopefully it doesn't conflict with me watching Stuttgart hopefully destroy Hamburg this weekend.
Yeah.
But I may actually watch it. And see, this is one of those games. If Chelsea can somehow secure that win, Arsenal will still stay at 29. Chelsea will move up to 23. And who knows what's going to happen on the bottom of that. And again, Liverpool
will relegate.
Nah, that will not happen. I promise you. Listen, my predictions may not be solid over the last couple of weeks, but there's no way that Liverpool will be relegated. That's crazy talk, especially with Wolves having not won a game yet. At the bottom of the table.
Crazy. I think I might start watching every Wolves game just so I can see their first win because that, especially if it's at home, like that stadium is gonna just explode. Yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna be wild. I think I should start betting on Wolves, because eventually they're going to have to win a game. Has a team ever in the Premier League ever gone the whole season without winning? I don't know if that's ever happened. I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, that would be a good stat. That'd be a good stat.
Wild. But
in the next episode, we'll know.
Absolutely, yes. Next episode, I'm going to put that in the notes. I will look that up. So, but yeah, I am looking forward to that game. That I don't know. I didn't put the date on here, but. I probably will watch that if that doesn't conflict with the VfB game, because Arsenal Chelsea is always a good game, just like Arsenal Tottenham, and I actually have the ability to watch Premier League games here. So, what do you think about that? Who do you think is going to come out on top in that?
From which game?
Arsenal and Chelsea.
I was distracted because I'm looking at your notes and I'm realizing on the very top, which I didn't see before, was notable upcoming matches. And I thought, and even when I read Chelsea versus Arsenal, I'm like, that doesn't feel right. But it was the Chelsea Tottenham game that happened, in which Arsenal had won 4-1, put them at the top of the table, or continued to keep them on the top of the table with 10 points ahead of Liverpool. What game should I be excited about?
Chelsea Arsenal, but
I think Arsenal's going to win. I think Arsenal's going to win. I'm calling it here.
Yeah,
I think Arsenal's going to take the cake. I think this time they are not going to have that weird run where they just lose 7 games in a row.
I still think they will. I just don't think it's going to happen now. I think it's coming though.
But they have players like Calafiore. I don't know. I just like saying his name.
What do you think about West Ham Liverpool?
Ugh.
In London.
God. I can't say, but I feel like we go into these games thinking, okay, it's this team, so it's going to be like, 2-0 Liverpool. But to be honest, I really do not know. Like after Nottingham 3-0, the game before that was City 3-0. I think they've had other kind of funky losses, and also within the Champions League. I don't know. I think the like when you have those kind of losses and you have you're in a situation where like we kind of don't know what's going on. I think that I think the players are maybe in a place where they don't know what's going on either, and confidence was probably super low. I don't know. I to be honest, I don't know. Where's West Ham? Where do they sit on the?
They're sitting at 17th with a minus 10 goal differential.
A minus 10, okay. I don't know, but that's still not saying anything. I mean, I can imagine Scrappy. I always say Scrappy, don't score on Scrappy, and Scrappy will figure out how to,
this is true.
Squeak in a goal, last minute. And if Liverpool are having issues scoring,
I
don't know.
So
I want to say 2-0.
2-0
Liverpool. But
that's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
But I think either Isak or Salah is going to score in this game. Wirtz I think he's injured until the beginning of December. I think I did see that. But I think there's no way, and you're going to hate me if I'm wrong, but I think there's no way Liverpool loses this game. I know I said that last week.
Every time you're wrong, I'm gonna play in the next episode. I'm gonna play your prediction.
But I can't see them losing to two teams like this 2 weeks in a row. I can't. I mean, West Ham is sitting on 11 points. Leeds below them is also sitting on 11 points. They just have one more minus goal. Then you got Burnley sitting at 10 points, and then Wolves has 2 points at the bottom. Yeah. So West Ham might get relegated. That might be one of the teams, one of the locks with Wolves to get relegated. So I don't know, but I can't see Liverpool losing this week. I just don't see it. I didn't see it last week either, but I think they're going to be so pissed about having lost last week, and they got a lot to prove. Is Van Dijk still the captain? I think he is, right?
Yeah, he is.
So I'm sure he's going to probably kick some ass. The tall Dutchman yelling at you.
We can see that, but you had Forest at 16. They're in the 16th spot, and West Ham's only just below them in the 17th spot with only 1 point less.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think we can, with what's going on and how the team's structured right now and everything that's going on. I don't know. I cannot walk confidently like I used to. Like I always expected to win. Like you get to a place where it's like boo hoo, but when you have a winning team, who's been winning for a while, I mean there are going to be runs where they don't win for a while, and I think we're in that, in that run, and it could be that kind of season. It could be that kind of season.
It could be. I think too. So they played on Sunday, right? Or was it? No, that was on Saturday. Actually, that Liverpool played.
It was Saturday.
So they're playing
Saturday
tomorrow.
Early morning, 7 a.m. PST. I was up for it, Rob.
Yeah, yeah, you were.
6:50 a.m. I set my alarm. 10 minutes for coffee.
Oh man, that's crazy. That is crazy. But Liverpool's playing again tomorrow, and then they play on Sunday. So they'll have plenty of rest. That's a Wednesday, Sunday. So there was a Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday English week. That's not bad. I think they're going. I'm not even going to say that. The game they play tomorrow in the Champions League will be a good game. They're playing against PSV Eindhoven.
Yep,
it should be a decent game. They're playing in Liverpool, and then on Sunday they play West Ham. I think. The game after that, I think, is going to be more of a challenge than these two that are coming up when they play against Sunderland. Now, I don't know what the deal is with Sunderland. They're sitting up in 7th right now.
Yeah.
That one I'm not going to call. I can't call that game because Sunderland has been surprising a lot of teams, and I think up until last week they were sitting in 4th, I think, or something like that, which is insane. So I don't know. We'll see.
Down by the water where we build boats. That'll be season 3 where they kill Liverpool.
They need to do another season of that show. They absolutely do.
It's a good one. If you haven't seen Sunderland Till I Die, watch it, guys.
You need to watch it.
It's good.
Absolutely.
Get a 10% IPA, whatever Rob's drinking, and watch it. It's fantastic.
And bring some tissues because you might need it.
Oh yeah,
it gets pretty emotional.
I cry right away. The opening credits. I'm like,
Yep.
All right, let's take a little break, and then we'll come back and talk about the tingles of the week.
Yes, sir.
All right, yes, sir. Just before Turkey Day.
Welcome back, everybody. Episode 4.
Yes, welcome back.
Our little break.
Yeah, the breaks are always too long.
We're going to talk about the matches that we're looking forward to, our tingle matches for the week. Yeah. What you got, João?
Oh man, well, again, let's talk about today. I mean, today is Tuesday, the what is it, the 25th?
25th, yep.
And it's bright and early now, but right around noon PST, I think the tingles for today is the Chelsea-Barcelona game. I was going to pop into the Manchester City game against Bayern Leverkusen, because I do like to hope and pray that City will lose in some amazing way, and I don't want to miss it. So I usually that's the only reason I tune into a City game, and I do tune in for that reason alone. But Holland always Hollands, as you call it. But I think for today it will be Chelsea versus Barcelona, 12 p.m. PST. Tomorrow, the 26th, obviously I'm going to go for the Liverpool PSV game. That's also at 12 p.m. PST. For others who are not fanatic Liverpool fans, there's the Arsenal Bayern Munich game, which I do have the tingles for, so I don't know if I'll have big screen, little screen. I often do a big screen, little screen situation, which is also at 12 p.m. PST. And then, I'll leave the Europa to you, because I don't have a stake in any of the teams that are in the Europa games, and none of them are really giving me the tingles. But I will watch, and I'll let you talk about it. I'll watch your game. But I'll let you talk about it. And then popping in and over to the weekend, into English Premier League, obviously Liverpool, West Ham, not giving me the tingles, more like I'm a little nervous.
The Willies?
The Willies. That's a 6:05 a.m. PST, and it's on Peacock, which means I cannot record it, which means I will be up at 6:05 a.m. Man. Yeah, man. And then immediately afterwards, I would say the game that would give me the tingles for that weekend is Chelsea-Arsenal. 8:30 a.m. PST. That's the tingles of the week for me. How about you, Rob?
Pretty solid game. All right, so it's dark and cold here where I am. It's definitely not bright and early. So at 9 tonight, 2100 Central European time, we got that Chelsea-Barcelona game. 2100. So I'll probably have that on, and I will also, like I mentioned earlier, be watching the Man City Leverkusen. I don't really like Leverkusen. And I like Man City, but I'm actually hoping that Man City loses this because it helps with the other German clubs in the coefficient.
Whoa!
My cats, if you can hear my cats, they're agreeing with us.
So wait, hold on a second. Let's go back to that. Yeah. So you hope that City lose that game? Was it'll help the German side,
the German teams, because it'll potentially give us an additional European place for next season. The better the German clubs do now. Man City's right now, they're sitting in fourth.
Like that.
I mean, they can deserve, and not deserve, but they can afford to lose. Now Dortmund is playing against Villarreal also. My cats, every time I mention a German club, they get crazy. I don't see Villarreal beating Dortmund, especially in Dortmund. But that's another one that I'll be keeping my eye on. I just want to see how they do. And then for tomorrow, obviously Arsenal and Bayern Munich. I really don't want to say that I want Bayern Munich to win. I'll take a draw in that game on that one. I will take a draw on that. But I do want Frankfurt to beat Atalanta, because that'll be a good game. Also, Olympiacos and Real Madrid. You can't miss a game where Real Madrid may score 7 goals. What I mean? So it's one of those games that just pops out. Same thing with PSG and Tottenham. I won't watch it, but I think PSG is probably gonna win that game. It's in Paris. But it could still just be a solid matchup. My cats, yeah.
All right, I can't even hear them.
Okay, that's good.
But they're cheering you on. They're cheering you on. They're agreeing. They're agreeing with you
because they're saying, "Talk about the VfB Stuttgart game." So on Thursday at 2100 Central European time in the Europa League, we got the go-ahead Eagles of the Netherlands hosting VfB Stuttgart. I will definitely be watching that game. I'm sure I won't flip to anything else. There is another German team playing earlier. Freiburg is playing against Victoria Pilsen. Now they're trying to get in. They're trying to get into the room now. Freiburg, they're a team that's probably about, an hour and a half south of Stuttgart. Not really a rival team because we pretty much destroy them, even though they beat us earlier this season. But I would probably be, checking that game out just to see, because again, the coefficient, it may help the German teams for next year. This weekend, though, the only game I really care about, Hamburg hosting Stuttgart. This is our second, or actually this will be our third of the 4 games on the road. Hamburg newly promoted back into the Bundesliga. Hamburg's one of those teams that have great fans, great stadium. I don't like them. I don't like most Bundesliga teams, to be honest with you. There's some that I do, but they have that great rivalry between Hamburg and St. Pauli. They're both in the same city, and Hamburg was out of the Bundesliga for about 7 years. St. Pauli had never been in the Bundesliga, I believe, and then they got promoted in a couple of years ago. So, so that's what I'll be checking out on Sunday, as well as I will be taking some peeks at West Ham Liverpool, just so that I can, when Liverpool is up by 6-0.
Yeah,
we'll
see. We'll see.
You see?
Yeah, jump in. Let me know. Don't give any predictions though during the game.
Yeah. No, I definitely will not.
I find it interesting that you are willing to have City lose for the German side, but when it comes to Bayern, you're like, I hate them so much that I would have to have them lose.
Because they haven't lost a game this season. And so Bayern, they got 10 wins and 1 draw. They may have an invincible season the way that it goes. So if they can lose, it would still help out the German teams if they win. But I have this strong dislike. They're like the Yankees. But I can't say that. To me, Stuttgart is like the Yankees. They just don't win as much as the Yankees.
They're your Yankees.
Exactly. And Bayern is the filthy, nasty Red Sox. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They have all the money. They constantly take everybody's players. They're
90s Red Sox.
Yeah. And, the thing is, Stuttgart is one of those teams that can finish anywhere between like 5 and 8. I mean, we could finish in the top 4, but 5 and 8 is like our sweet spot. So if we can get an additional European place, whether it's Conference League, Europa League, or even Champions League, I'm all for it. I want more German teams to be in European competitions. Like in England, what do you guys have? I think you guys for last year there were like 9 total teams I think playing in Europe or something like that. It's something ridiculous for this year.
Oh, for Champions League and Europa combined?
Yeah.
They bumped it up to 5. It used to be. Oh
yeah, that's right.
It used to be top 4, and then now it's top 5 get Champions League.
Champions League. But you guys have this year. You guys, the Premier League has a total of 8 teams playing in European competition.
Oh yeah,
5 in Champions, 2 in Europa, and then 1 in Conference League. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That's good because English teams just did so well over 2 seasons, because the coefficient thing, I think it's like over 36 months or something like that. I don't know what the formula is. I probably should learn that, but the better the teams do in competitions, the better it is for your nation and these smaller teams.
That's once you start including math,
Forest,
I was gonna say once you start including math into this stuff, then my brain
anything outside of goals,
stick to the goals. Stick to the goals.
Yeah. Yeah, that coefficient thing, I need to learn. I could probably write a paper about that because it's the way that it works, it's pretty crazy. It's kind of the same thing the way that the seeding goes for like the pots for European championships, and then FIFA rankings and the pots for the World Cup, which we got to do a big episode once finally all the World Cup teams have been decided. Do a huge episode about the groups and then predictions.
Yeah.
Oh man,
absolutely!
But it won't be until March until we figure out who all the teams are, and I don't know when the draw is. Is it in April? I don't know.
I'm not sure either. Yeah, that's something we got to look up. Because I think they did. I thought I did see an article that they did set a date for it. Mm-hmm. I don't recall what it is. We'll have to look it up. We'll have to do some research.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Before the next pod, we will know this. Absolutely. I think we should absolutely do a FIFA World Cup tingles episode.
Oh man, I'm so excited for this World Cup. Even though it's going to destroy my sleep schedule, but the biggest World Cup ever. It's going
to be amazing, and I'm also very excited about it. And we already did a pod about how nobody's going to be able to afford to actually go to it. I was. Yeah. When they announced the U.S., I was very excited that it was going to be here, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm going to max out every credit card. And I'm going to go."
And I remember we were talking about it too.
But I thought I was going to be able to go to like a lot of games, but now it's like I don't know if I can go to one game.
I can't go to one. I don't even know if I can tailgate.
Yeah.
Oh man,
can't afford it. Even actually, yes, was like I think like some of the like parking is going to be like insane. It's going to be Ugh. But let's keep it positive. It's going to be great. We're going to love it.
Yes, it's going to be the biggest World Cup ever. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I think I already know who's going to win. My predictions have been trash, like you said, for the last week.
Let's hear it. Do you want to just mention it now? I'm curious. I'm curious.
No. I'll tell you offline. We got to save that for the show.
I think the Simpsons are right. I think it's going to be a Portugal-Mexico final, and then Portugal's going to win the. Remember the Simpsons predict everything?
Yeah.
Remember that episode, where soccer comes to Springfield, and then they're all watching soccer, and they're all like so excited about it, and they start kicking the ball, and they're like, the crowd starts getting like quieter and quieter, and eventually Homer goes, boring. But it was Portugal versus Mexico.
That would be wild.
That would be wild. I mean, I don't see Mexico making it. I don't see CONCACAF getting that far down the line. But you never know. You never know.
Wasn't Morocco? Didn't they make it to the semis?
They did.
Last one?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So anything is possible. It just takes a little bit of luck.
There is luck in there. Yes.
So, and that luck starts with the draw. It starts with the draw. So you still only have to play 3 games, and you make it out of the group, and then who knows what happens after that.
True.
So
that's true. Yeah. I can't wait. I always watch the draw, and we'll have a World Cup draw pod special.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, I hope everybody has a wonderful Turkey Day over here in the U.S., and if you're from the U.S. like Rob in a different country, also enjoy your turkey. Keep the turkey talks alive.
Keep it alive. Enjoy.
And Rob, I hope you have a good Turkey Day, man.
Oh, I definitely will. It's gonna be simple. Like I said, it's just some turkey titties. We don't have the whole thing. I would love to have deep fried it. Maybe we will still deep fry it.
I already forgot about that term. You reminded me. See, now I'm definitely gonna remember that. That's the episode title name.
I gotta check, because maybe we'll deep fry it. We'll see, because that's the best way to do it, in my opinion. I've only had it once, but we may do that. So yeah. So I hope you have a great Turkey Day.
Well, thank
with
you.
Your family. Don't neglect your duties with your mother. For the footy.
Yes.
Make sure that
again, like I said, if I have to have the chopping board on the on the footrest of the couch or whatever, so I can watch the game and chop, do the choppings. I will. Yep. I'm a good son. But Liverpool at least be on the screen somewhere. Yep. She understands.
See, our game will be late. I'll be struggling to stay awake to watch it. So,
got
2100.
I think episode 4 is in the bag.
Yes, it is. Thank you guys for listening.
All right.
I hope your teams win, unless they're playing ours.
That's right. Enjoy your turkey titties.
Absolutely. You guys have a good one. Thanks for listening.
Hey there, soccer fans. If you liked today's episode, what should they do, Rob? What should they do?
If you like listening to us and you're a soccerholic, we're available on all podcast platforms and apps. Leave us a review, leave us a like, leave a comment on Apple Podcasts, and don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends about us. The more people we got listening, the greater the podcast can be.
Do it, because we don't have any friends, okay? So you do it.
Aguero!